Evening and a happy Thursday. Today was the first day since June 6th that we have not been in the 90s. So our stretch of temperatures at 90 degrees or greater ended yesterday. 99 days straight. And the record today was 100 degrees. 89 is where we should be this time of year. And the reason why we didn't hit 90 degrees, well, we could have many reasons for that. First of all, we had a good bit of cloud cover and then that boundary, at least keeping winds out the north with, relatively speaking, some drier air. And we had some showers early this morning. Dew point temperatures are still in the 60s and 70s, so we really don't have that super dry air in place, even though we're dealing with winds out the north. And you see that yellow color, that's dew points in the 40s and even lower. And that's where that really dry air is in place right now. And so we're really not going to feel drier air, possibly not until early next week. So a couple of days feeling quite swampy. 87 degrees, my goodness, a gorgeous sunset out there. 87 feels like 93, however. And again, even with winds out the north, it's still pretty muggy. Now overnight, we'll dip down to the upper 60s, lower 70s, some of you only in the mid 70s. Then tomorrow, upper 80s, lower 90s, a couple of spots in the mid 90s. Now it's all dependent on what our rain coverage ends up being tomorrow. As for football Friday night, of course, the game of the week, Catholic at U High, kickoff at 7 o'clock, 85 degrees, and there could be a couple of showers in the area. I would at least bring either a towel or a chair to sit in or even a poncho just in case some of these showers linger a little later. On Saturday, 94 degrees, feels like temperatures up to about 99, and the latest run, the future track, actually has a couple of showers out there into the afternoon developing once we get that daytime heating going, but the best chance for rain could actually be near the 10 and 12, but more so south, well south and closer to the coast, and some showers lingering past sunset. But again, most of us will stay on the dry side tomorrow and into our Saturday, although a quick passing shower can't be ruled out. Then Sunday, it's looking as though that another front will move in, but not a lot of moisture with that. And of course, we want to stay dry with a lot going on this weekend, though we need the rain because the drought continues. But no major issues for game day. Southern versus Alabama A&M kickoff at 6 o'clock. Rain chances near 0. 86 degrees, temperatures dipping down to the lower 80s by the end of the game. Or if you're headed up to Starkville, Miss State versus LSU, there could be a little bit of patchy fog in the morning, but then clearing skies, a mix of clouds and sun, and a couple of showers will be in the area. Now, it's not a guarantee, but I would still pack accordingly if you are headed up there. By fourth quarter, temperatures in the low and mid 80s. Looking ahead to next week, if that drier air does make it this far to the south, next week really won't be bad. Hot, yes, back in the 90s, but it will feel a little better out there in a couple of mornings in the 60s. First day of fall is on Saturday, next Saturday, and it's not going to feel anything like fall. And in fact, the first full week of fall, temperatures could be well above normal. Here's a look of the Climate Prediction Center's temperature outlook through the end of September. So from fall, the first day of fall until the end of September, normal highs that time of year, mid 80s. Lows in the mid 60s, likely going to be well above that. Not extremely, only 5 to 10 degrees above normal. Meanwhile, Hurricane Lee. Check out this wind field. So this orange color, that is the tropical storm force wind field, which actually extends 345 miles out from the center. Of course, this is the radius, but still, this is a very massive storm, and the wind field's only going to expand as it weakens and takes aim towards the Atlantic side of Canada. Nova Scotia, you see that there, and even Maine could get impacted with this. In fact, a large portion, of New England could certainly get impacted by this, even once it turns extra tropical, going to bring some significant impacts to Atlantic Canada and the Canadian Maritimes. But in our world, Gulf of Mexico, going to be on the quiet side for the next 7 days. But the summer-like heat will continue into next week, mornings in the 60s and 70s.